But to Prime Minister Kevin Rudd, former Labor Prime Minister Kevin Rudd, has brought into the other big story this week. ASIO investigating reports that a Chinese intelligence operation offered $1 million to a Melbourne car dealer to be China's man in our parliament, to run as a Liberal in the seat of Chisholm. The man has since been found dead in a motel room. A lot of people are getting worried by Chinese interference here, but not apparently Kevin Rudd, who's been schmoozing in China with its dictator Xi Jinping and others, and warns that we might actually be being racist here. Better watch out. Have a listen.
However, a word of caution about foreign influence. It's very easy for this to translate into a form of racial profiling. I will be the first to the barricades if most recent national security legislation becomes a political vehicle for Hansonism and a return to the days of the yellow peril.
James, screaming racist, chilling debate like that. What do you think of that intervention?
Andrew, as a matter of fact, Kimberly and I had the benefit of receiving Kevin's wisdom in person today in Parliament House. We went along to attend his speech. It was a fascinating insight into Kevin as he is. On a serious note, Andrew, I think it's very unwise, particularly for someone of Kevin Rudd's stature, to downplay or dismiss concerns about foreign interference when you have the former head of ASIO and just today in a Senate estimate spillover session, the head of ONI, confirming that foreign interference and espionage in Australia are at unprecedented levels. These are very serious matters. I have not seen any evidence of what Kevin Rudd was saying was the risk of yellow peril. I too would find that to be abhorrent, and I too would stand up against that. But other than some silly comments from Pauline Hanson today, I haven't seen any evidence of that in Australia. What I have seen evidence of is our media and political class standing up for our national interests and interrogating, as we should, these very serious matters.
Kimberly?
Well, look, I think it's easy to pull out quotes from what was a freewheeling 40-minute speech. Kevin did say he'd speak for 20 minutes, but it was a little longer than that. And he was obviously dealing with incredibly complex issues. And I think
he read that out. That was a written comment. That was a written quote.
And I don't agree that there is racism in the parliament. In fact, I have found, all of my colleagues to be very open, and to this is the ethnicity of a foreign interference threat does not. It is not something that people even delve into. It is whether the integrity of our system is under threat, and it doesn't matter where that comes from. And I think that that is where today at the Joint Standing Committee for Foreign Affairs, Defence and Trade, we had sinologists come to brief that Joint Standing Committee, and I think that there is a great level of interest and there's a great level of awareness in
I think that's right. And Kimberly, to give you credit, you have been, among Labor, you have been very strong on this, but I must say I am sick to death of politicians playing the racism card whenever the conversation is one they don't like, because it raises uncomfortable issues. And by the way, any politicians, like whether it's Paul Keating or Kevin Rudd, that starts, defending China like that, I would like, as a matter of principle, for them to declare their vested interests in anything to do with China so that we can judge whether they're speaking with their tongue or their wallet. I'm not making an allegation in Rudd's case, but I think that should be always on the table. By the way, James, China's Foreign Ministry spokesman yesterday denied that China was meddling with our politics in the terms that I described. Here he is.
China has always pursued the principle of non-interference in other countries' domestic politics. We have been developing friendly cooperations with other countries based on mutual respect and benefits, including Australia. We have never tried, nor are we interested in meddling with other countries' internal affairs.
So, James, could we be overreacting to these reports that, a secret Chinese ring was trying to get someone into Parliament as a Liberal MP?
I wish that statement by the Communist Party of China could be relied upon. I wish it was true. It would be wonderful if it was. But even if we don't take into account the very serious allegations made this week by someone who's attempting to defect to Australia, and reports of an Australian citizen who has died after informing ASIO that he was the target of foreign influence from China. Even if we ignore all of that, we've got very obvious examples on the public record, like the activities at the University of Queensland only a few months ago, where China's Consul General in Brisbane openly incited Chinese nationalist students to attend protests, pro-Hong Kong, pro-democracy protests, and to silence them and to shut them down. Now, that was a naked, open intervention in Australian domestic political debate and affairs, and there's no way that the Chinese Communist Party can gloss over that or pretend it didn't happen.
And it was a disgrace that that university has got this chap as one of its visiting professors or whatever his position is. Absolute disgrace.